starting up my streams, getting to YouTube started, getting to Twitch started. I'm probably on Twitch already. Let me go ahead and set this up. Make sure there's no volume so you guys ain't getting nothing. Which I'm pretty sure I'm good at. Or I'm good on. Go ahead and I will click in, my boy. I will click in. Alright. We are ready to go. Hopefully that didn't take too long. About a minute. I'm gonna get better at this stream starting stuff. I want to be able to start a stream and like be done with all the hoop to hollers, all the extra stuff that I gotta do on web pages and stuff. Like 30 seconds. We are ready. Feel like I can do that time. Ooh, I didn't really set. Sorry, don't mind the noise as I move myself. I'm probably gonna get up pretty soon. But I didn't really set up the station. So let me it's not in a perfect position to draw. You guys might hear a few things. In fact, I'm gonna mute the mic since it's like right next to my station. But I didn't really set up the station. So let me it's not in a perfect position to draw. You guys might hear a few things. In fact, I'm gonna mute the mic since it's like right next to my station. Alright, we should be good to go. Hopefully this is a nice position to draw in for the day. Oh, I see it's sliding off of the holder. That's why it's able to slide. 1 second. Alright, we should be good to go. Hopefully this is a nice position. Just like that, it's properly positioned. I think that should help me out long term. 1 second. Alright, today what are we doing? We're probably just going to be painting the background on Belle, and that's about it. We'll probably do some light animating on the freaking Norma over here since she hasn't been touched in like over a week. But today, pause, lady. What are we doing? We're just going to be painting the background on Belle. But yeah, that's about it. I think I'm just working on my Belle piece because I want to finish the Belle piece. I want to get it done in like 2 to 3 days from now, right? This way I can move on to the Preca stuff before Preca's release, right? Because Preca releases in about a week. I want to get one more animation done on Preca. Then I want to start doing some art for Preca from Nikkei. But before that, I kind of want to get this Belle piece done. And with that said, you guys have music. I don't have music. But it is time to get straight into the art. There's not much left to do. Not much left to do at all. But before that, I kind of want to get this. Oh yeah. And with that said, okay, cool. I don't have it connected to the right thing. But it is time to get straight into the art. There's not much left to do. Not much left to do at all. Well, I'm done. I'm gonna start off the day with that. So, what do we actually have to do? We're going like almost straight to the background, but let's warm up with some of these unfinished lines that I didn't do last night. Or not last night, the last time we drew. Let's clean up some of this stuff on Belle. So, what do we actually have? We're gonna need a new window to see how it adjusts the image. Almost straight to the background, but let's warm up with some of these So, one, the kneecap is not low enough. Let's start with there. Let's clean up some of this stuff on Belle. How much of the knee isn't low enough? That's the real question. How it adjusts the image. Like the knee is low enough. Like the kneecap. I'm really talking about the front of the knee, not the knee in its entirety. Alright. How much of the knee isn't low enough? That's the real question. And this should be just a little bit. Not higher, but feels like halfway. There you go. I'm really talking about the front. Starting to read a lot more natural, right? And if you just pinch in this area, start shaping this shadow, start getting that proper shape. This should be just a little bit. Not higher, but feels like this wasn't even intended to be leg related lines before, but they are definitely shifting the mental understanding of the leg underneath this skirt. So we may as well take a second. Yeah, my liquify has been pretty bad. It's alright. I'm gonna have to do some things on my computer. I don't think I have too many crazy games, but might be time to start offloading some. I've been downloading games like crazy since my computer can run it. My liquify's been pretty bad. But I do actually, you know what? It's probably not even my computer. It's probably because this canvas is bigger than a normal canvas, which was intentional. I think I have too many crazy games. So it's a little bit harder to liquefy things. They take just a half second longer than I would probably like. Actually, you know what? It's probably not even my computer. It's probably because this canvas is bigger than a normal canvas. We're also having issues on the curves, which is fine, I guess. I tend to have issues when it comes to these curves. Longer than I would probably like. We're also having issues on the curves, which is fine, I guess. Let's try that. Let me go back. Yeah, I'm like, all these liquefiers were kind of weird. Let's see if we can do something about it. That one doesn't feel half bad. Let me go back. I forgot to finish Max Stellar Blade. I meant to do that before I got on stream. That's alright. We'll be here only for a few hours. Let's see if we can do something. I'll just finish the footage once I get off. That one doesn't feel half bad. I forgot to finish Max Stellar Blade. I meant to do that before I got on stream. So we're just messing with the line down there, as you can see. Making sure it reads a little bit better, so it's not entirely awkward. Right? Because it was a little flat. It was like in here, and you can see the uncomfortability of that leg, right? Just add a little couple edges and change a couple curves. And no longer does it look that weird and uncomfortable. It kind of looks natural. Now we can draw down. Right? Now we can draw down. Do a few lines down here. There's definitely some edge issues when it comes to this. Right? And no longer does it look that weird and uncomfortable. It kind of looks natural. Now we can draw down. Right? But this is what I meant by do a few lines down here. There's definitely some issues when it comes to this. I'm gonna need way better music than this. Holy, but Jesus. You guys probably listen to cool stuff. Me, not so much. In fact, before you guys, let me make sure you guys get a little bit more variety. I'm gonna need way better. Add a shuffle to the mix. Jesus. You guys probably because I know what line you guys are going down. In fact, so I figured may as well shuffle it up. Now me, man, I hate my life right now. Not because I actually hate my life in any way, but because my stomach is bullying me once again. I was talking about this last stream. And it has yet to subside. My stomach has hurt for like the last 4 to 5 days. Man, I hate my life. Right. And that's why I'm like, I hate my life right now. Because my stomach is bullying me once again. Just consistent pain. When will it end? When will it give me relief? To subside. My stomach is hurt for like the last 4 to 5 days. I'll follow that tutorial later. But yeah, I'm hoping it subsides at some point. I do not like drawing in pain. Just consistent pain. In fact, just like the smallest bits of pain can easily stop me from drawing. Which is not good. I know people who draw in the worst conditions. But yeah, I'm hoping But god damn it, I burned my finger because I'm cooking. Like I just burned like the tip of my thumb. Oh nah, nigga, I can't draw today. It's me. And then I cry and then I go to bed. It's just the tip of your goddamn finger. It has nothing to do with the rest of your hand or anything. It'll cripple me. I just burned like the tip of my thumb. Oh nah, nigga, I can't draw. Me and pain do not get along. It's me. Unless it's under her specific circumstances, right? Unless it's very much under specific circumstances, then I'm all down for pain. Then I love the pain. Me and pain do not get along. Unless it's under her specific circumstances, let's get started. Right? Unless it's very much under specific circumstances. Then I'm all down for pain. I was like, what the heck's going on here, buddy? Let's get started. Nice. I was like, what the heck's going on here? What's missing over here? This didn't come properly low, which is down here. Ooh, go back up the lines. What's missing over here? Loving is complicated. This didn't come properly low, which is down here. Ooh, go back up the lines. Loving is complicated. I'm hoping the pain subsides. The worst part about the pain is that it's consistent but small. Right? Just like the burn I was talking about. It's small. It's not a big pain. It's just a small little gut issue. It's not the worst I've ever felt in my gut, that's for sure. And no, I do not need to use the bathroom. The worst part about the pain is that it's consistent but small. Right? Just like the burn I was talking about. It's just pain. It's small. It's not a big pain. It's just a small little gut issue. It's not the worst I've ever felt in my gut, that's for sure. And no, I do not need to use the bathroom. Whew. I could have probably fixed that line up before I posted it, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's fill this out. Ooh, actually, we forgot something. What about lighting? Now that might actually work. I posted it, but it's fine. All right, so check it out. Right, we're gonna be doing some experimentation. We forgot something. Let me put the chats up, by the way. I forgot this last time, and somebody came in with a raid, and it was far too late. Right? Something did chat, and it's called a bot. Yeah. All right. Anyways, can't be making that mistake again. I don't know how long they were in, but I know definitely by the time I tried to address them, they were gone. Something did chat, and it's called. Do I have a little alfalfa? I have an alfalfa sprout, don't I? What the fuck? We're gonna keep it in honor of alfalfa. And if you don't know what that is, look, you're too young. Way too young. Do I have a little alfalfa? I have an alfalfa sprout, don't I? Let's see. We're gonna keep it. What was I doing? In honor of alfalfa. Yes, doing on a little play. I don't know what that is. So check it out. We got darkened somewhere. Where is it? Right? Hall? Let me check it. Let me get that darkened. So we come from the inside of the actual shadow to creep out and darken, right? So let's give it a try. So check it out. We got darkened somewhere. Where is it? Right? Hall? We got darkened. So we come from the inside of the actual shadow to creep out and darken, right? So let's give it a try. Get you. It's starting to read. Let me see if I can't help this tummy. One of the biggest things is the sense of depth that's lacking right here. Whew. What is this? A normal. This is also a color dodge normal. I think we can add the color dodge to the actual color by now. Right, look at that. That's it without color dodge. Yeah, we need that color dodge. My life can bite me. What is this? A normal. Man, I do enjoy painting, I have to admit. I think I was saying this last time that I've never... Like, this is... Color dodge. Yeah, we need that color dodge. This kind of stuff makes me happy. Right, you're like, what? What? Enjoy painting, I have to admit. I think I was saying this last time. It makes you happy. It makes you happy. This kind of stuff makes me happy. Yeah. I have never imagined I could draw something. Ah, man, you guys have no clue what artist I thought I would be. So sometimes I'm like, when I look at eyes and I can read them, and I'm just like, I don't need to touch those anymore. That's a transcendent feeling. I was like, I don't need to do something anymore. I feel happy. Ah, man, in art, no clue what artist I thought I would be. So sometimes I'm like, when I look at eyes and I can read them, and I'm just like, so I don't like the saturation, how red this is, right? So we're gonna try and change this color a little bit. I do not mind saturation, just how red it was, right? Just how red it was. And we are trying to go slightly darker. Oh, no shit. No wonder. This is one thing I hate, though. I hate how hard it is to find the perfect color if this shit is not larger than life. Right? Because I would prefer to have as much room as possible to draw. But when picking colors, no. You might wanna increase the size of your color wheel, boy, so you can get more refined decisions. Honestly, this is pretty good. Is it too yellow still? Like, not yellow, but like, is it almost too in the yellow range? Is that what's going on, honey? What didn't that apply as? Did it actually just lighten up going the opposite? Oh, I'm erasing. I knew that. I knew I was erasing. I knew. So yeah, yellowing it up is definitely doing us some favors. Right. Just a teensy bit darker would probably be our color of choice. And we can probably start setting in some depth. So yeah, yellowing it up is definitely... So her instinct's supposed to be far away. Right. And then boom, boom. So it reads a bit like distance, but let me use one of these light colors. Really add in a light color. Oh, we gotta merge it. I knew that. So now we gotta merge it. Because we have a nice value in there that we like. We can start painting that value out other places without actually needing the layer we use to get the value. I probably should have said I was going to stream on X. I don't know. I don't think it's that relevant. It's smart business. Fine. Give me 1 second. My mental saying is smart for business, and while I don't really care, personally, I am learning to listen more to my intuition than my actual personal interests, right? If I want something, but my intuition is telling me, be aware of this, be cautious of this, do this ahead of time to prevent this, even though I would normally not, I'm starting to think about listening to that intuition, right? It could be helpful at times. If I want something, but my intuition is telling me, be aware of this. I don't think anything's gonna come of this. In fact, I feel worse off doing it, but life continues, you know. It's just the way things go. People are funny. Art stream live. That's all I'm just gonna put like art stream live. People are funny. My keyboard is like slanted to the side. That's all I'm just gonna put like art stream live. There you go. Don't think that would do much of anything, but like I said, good business. You should always listen to good business. Did I get rid of the chill hop stuff? No, it's still on. Cool. All right, let's continue on. Don't think that would do much of anything, but like I said, good business. You should always listen to good. Let's give it a nice little flip. Flip with me. All right, let's continue on. But yeah, we're definitely gonna be getting down to the background pretty soon. Let's go ahead. We're probably gonna add some fill colors pretty soon. Nice little flip. So that these bottom areas are nice and filled out. My speed is improving, but it's not exactly where I would like it to be. Yeah, we're definitely just yet. Still has some work. Let's go ahead. We're probably gonna add some fill pretty soon. So realistically, a lot of this should have been already done in my eyes. My speed is improving, but it's not exactly. I see that shadow color. I don't know what color it's gonna need, but I see it. I mentally see it. Let me blend that. Have my blends been good? I honestly don't know. Right? I've been messing with my blend brushes for some time now, right? I see that shadow color. I don't know. So it's totally possible that they aren't really that good right now. Let me blend that. My blends have been good, but we will use them to the best of our abilities, that's for sure. With my blend brushes for some time now, right? So it's totally possible that they aren't really that good right now. But we will use them to the best of our abilities, that's for sure. I think that adds rather than takes away, right? Sure adds to the sense of finish. I guess I could see the potential in a sharp line over there, though. Maybe I should fade the tops. Let me try fading the tops first. Keeping the bottoms. Ooh, alright, maybe I did lie. Maybe I do need to use the bathroom. Maybe I'm just waking up with a bad stomach ache and it's eventually getting there. Maybe I should fade the tops. Which would be terrible. I just started stream first. Keeping the bottoms. Ooh, alright, maybe I did lie. Maybe I do need to use the bathroom. Maybe I'm just waking up with a bad stomach ache. It's getting there. But it's been like this for fucking 5 days. True legend. God damn it. You're getting a slight echo? Oh, thanks for letting me know. I mean, something must be. Yep. It's because I have to have, or at least when I opened up my, thanks for letting me know. Sometimes I forget about that, but yeah, when I opened up my YouTube side and started stream there, the volume was on. But welcome. What is good with you today? Did I mess something up, by the way? I think we were trying to blend only the edges up here. Hold on. Alright, what about the other way around? What about only the tips? I doubt this will work, but gotta try everything just to know in my own head. Shading only the tips. How's your day been, brother? It's been alright. It's just starting, to be honest. How about yours? It's literally just starting. I woke up and watched like maybe one YouTube video and I jumped on. Yeah, that's a music track. Alright, we'll leave Belle's face there. I get too wrapped up in doing Belle's face. Yeah, it's funny. It's debatable. Sorry, I know I said I was too wrapped up in it, but I think I do have to come back here for one little toucheroo. I actually like my brush, so what's the issue? That's a good question. And what about this? Maybe it's the type of blend I'm doing. This is the blur blend. I don't know why you would use a blur blend instead. Maybe. I don't know what it is. But every time I blend this, I lose the feeling that I feel like it should be enhanced. How odd. We'll up this back up to 46. We'll just hold it there. Either that or we go full send and we go 8 up. Maybe 8 up is the move. I don't think I've ever tried 8 up. Oh, wait. Maybe that's what I was looking for. I think that's a lot better, actually. And it looks no different to probably other people, but it's all about impression and feels and vibes. Me, the only reason I would ever spend extra time on something that visually has very little difference is because it's doing something to me, right? If I wasn't getting an intentionally different vibe from certain for certain actions, I wouldn't touch it, even if it looked a little off. But I'm starting to see why. It's that motion right there. Check that out. Ah, how strange. And we're done. And we're done. Or we should be. Oh, yeah. Let's move down. Finish filling in these colors. And then we'll try a light and brush for the last little bit of the legs, and then we'll move on to painting the background. Or we'll try. It's the main goal for today. My stomach can go straight to hell. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking about it once it stops beating me up. No, I'm probably gonna stop talking about it now. Alright, let's see. Where is the color we're looking for? Now that's why it doesn't have a color designation. That's no bueno. I'm gonna need you to have a color designation. entire body. Oh shit. I'm like, that won't affect my entire body. Oh crap. Actually, you know what? It's fine. We can fill that whole area in. Then we'll design that. You want to know the sad part? I've definitely drawn these elements, but due to the way the things got liquefied, now they're gone. And now I gotta redraw. They're probably like off page somewhere over here. There we go. Ah, not the whole thing. Shit, not the whole thing. I need to undo the other stuff. At least leave some information for your boy. Alright, same over here. This one's a lot easier, obviously. Alright. Now her legs reach all the way to the bottom, as they should. Bell, eh? Bell, you say? Sorry, a song just came on and it literally said the word bell. Oh, good. I want to see something. Yeah, other than some major torso related stuff, which I mean, I guess I could try and play with real quick. So these aren't as important to mess around with before we get into the background, that's for sure. They're not as important. Then I gotta adjust that brush I was talking about. Last time I was streaming, I explained a brush, or I showcased a brush, but I didn't quite explain it, nor did I showcase how to make it. I plan to do that this stream, and then maybe make a short out of it if I can, because it's quite a useful technique. I also changed the technique since then, so it's even better. Added my personal touch. Yeah, it's gonna be an unfortunate case. I gotta go. Even though I'm just got here. Yeah, at least for like 15 to 20 minutes. Which I don't think I can do on stream, but that's probably how long it would take. I'm not sure what to do. I wish I could play my animations on like a loop. Not like just loop one, but like loop a collection of them. This way you can fill the void of void time. I'll probably design something for that. Things are starting to have some dimension, some space. I think we're good. I think there's good enough information to keep it moving. I mean, if I really wanted to be that guy, I guess we can fill in this skirt since it never got filled, but there's going to be a time and a place where we end up rendering this skirt, so is it like necessary to do this right now? No, because we'll be coming back to it later, but maybe it might help the eye. And how, oh my god, I hate my, yeah, I'm about to dip out for a second. Just for a second. I should have waited to start stream is all. I was a little too eager. Oh, maybe she shouldn't. She is looking good. I still want to try that lighting technique, right? We haven't really done it, but we may as well. So there's two potential techniques we can put into play here. One is a color dodge, two is a lighten. And then that's about it. I think that's all the techniques I should have at my disposal for this play. Oh, when do we turn that light off? Yeah, it is what it is. I wish I could just say, so the biggest issue here is the red line. Let me fix that before we move on. This line being as red as it is bothering the render. It shouldn't be too hard of a fix. Take it, go towards the yellow. That's the first goal. And we'll darken it, desaturate it just a bit. It's getting a little lost in space. Add just a teensy bit of red. Ooh, no. Am I painting? Yeah. 1 second. It's the classic family drops things on you last minute shit. Oh, classic. I'm like, I just woke up. I was planning to stream for 3 to 4 hours. I really want to get this background like not fully in there, but as far in there as we possibly can get it. But whatchamacallit? Of course, the family just don't be thinking today, and they just think you got time when they invite you out, you gonna just jump up. Nah, I kind of do have time, but this is what I mean by last minute shit is what will get y'all a no. I've told them this before. I've told my dad and my mom this before. I'm like, I'm like, realize when you do things last minute, I'm well within my right to say no. Because last minute, you get you a no. Do not expect, I do not have any plans. If you're planning something, let me know at least a day ahead of time. And a day ahead of time is so not long. It's so not long. If you're planning a barbecue, something tells me you knew yesterday. Right, the moment I get up, wake up, go on stream, then you want to let me know, hey, we're having a barbecue. P.S. You should come over. P.S. We want you to pick up some people. Nigga, it is 3 in the afternoon. It is 3 in the afternoon. Why wouldn't you tell people this stuff in the morning? Why wouldn't you tell people this stuff yesterday? Right? What if they have plans for the next 2 hours? Well, all of a sudden it's going to be 5 o'clock when they're free. Right? Like, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, if I were to do my streaming plans now, it's going to be damn near, the sun's going to start dipping in the sky by the time I'm ready to, 1, go over there, 2, get my nephews to go over to my parents' place. It's going to be like nearly 5 to 6. The sun will dip. I'm talking about when I guess they just assume I'd just be over here playing video games and I got all the time to stop and all the time to start. Not entirely wrong. I mean, I don't play video games much, but still. Sometimes I do have time to start, it's time to stop, but it's not like the way they act. Now I'm sitting here, I'm mentally like, I really need to get this painting piece done. I really need to get all this done, but sure, most of it is personal. Most of it is personal, but it's very important that I stay on schedule. But the more you fall behind, the less you get. Like it just trickles. By the way, her end is apparently supposed to be gray. Let's see if we can't fix that real fast. We're done with the like small edits, and I think that line color is better than the old line color. That's the old line color. It was barely visible. I actually don't mind the barely visible part though. It was just the fact that it was too yellow. We could probably lighten it up a bit. Sometimes I'm mid-conversation, I just get distracted by the art. Forgive me. Man, this is what I mean, man. And I don't hate it. Like, trust me, I'm like, I wish I'm like, I love it when my parents invite me over for things. I love going to see the family. Hell, I even love seeing my nephews and helping them out from time to time. I do not love last minute drops. I don't. All right. They do these things proper, and I have a good time. And I mean, my family's very busy. They're all very busy. They got their own work lives, own shit to do. So I'm not like bugging too hard, you know? It just sucks that when it comes to planning and scheduling, sometimes it's just like, hey, y'all, let's just all get together. And I'm like, nigga, it's 3 in the afternoon, and I already planned my last daylight hours. How do you guys want me to fit all this shit in? How? Just please let me know ahead of time. Just please let me know ahead of time. That's all I ever want. I only ever want to know ahead of time. Alright, I think that's good. Except for maybe this line color is super dark. Why is it so dark? I'm being so dark. I don't mind it being saturated. I think it's the redness probably to a small degree. I just think it was very dark. Yeah, that's likable. Yeah, enough with these legs, enough with these unnecessary miscellaneous lines. I'm so upset. Not by the parents or anything, or the family or anything. So upset that my day is like nothing, and like it's gonna turn out how I like. That's the part that upsets me. I would be really, really down if we don't get this background painted. But I'm finding it really, really hard to picture some situation in which we get it done. We're gonna go ahead and jump down there now. I wanted to do just a few more cleanups and touch-ups, but we don't have the time. Belle. Let's go backwards in time. We should have the start of Belle right somewhere. We haven't been drawing that much. How she looked. How she reads now. How she read. Which wasn't half bad. A little bit weird in the shape and colors. How she reads now. Shapes and colors make a little bit more sense. Her shape is also better. I think her hair blends actually did get worse. Is that crazy? Do we want to keep the sharp edges? I think I do. I think I personally do. It shouldn't be an impossibility to also locate somewhere in this history. We got to be careful though. We don't want to go backwards in time and accidentally not be able to go forward. So we got to be very careful about where and when we click. Even further up. Yeah, I think we got it. It's up here somewhere. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move down to what is the blush layer. We're gonna take it from this point in time. All right, this is the blush layer. All right, this color dodge, yeah. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna double copy just to be safe. Then we're gonna move all the way forward in time. All the way back to where we were. With the new adjustments and edges. Come back down here, turn this one off, and re-add this one from back in the day. Alright. So that should be that. Alright, that should be the hard edge one. Wait. No, it's not. Oh, I'm an idiot. What I'm trying to take from back in the time isn't the actual blush on the cheek. It's the accent color on the hair. Let's do this again. That's the piece that I wanted to return back to the olden days. So all the way back, grab the piece of hair thing that's getting normalized. Copy that. And then all the way forward in time. And now we paste. Alright. Now we paste. Turn that off, give it a paste. Bada boom. Now the old one from old back in time is here because I like it better than the other ones. Alright. You know what we could do? For bullshit, we could airbrush it. Right, we keep trying to blend these things, but I'm a man who quite literally refuses to airbrush. And it could probably be the answer I always seek. Oh yeah, I think that's the answer I seek. If nothing less, I really do like this. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So sometimes when I'm thinking that a section needs a blend, it in reality needs an airbrush. Right? That's at least a theory I should work with. If the blend ain't working out, I probably should consider how I'm going to use the airbrush to make it happen. If nothing less, maybe a combination of the two. Alright, with that done, we'll paste this just so we have the old version and we never have to go back in time for a while. But I think we can move forward. So what are we doing with the background, right? Get out of here, Belle. You're now in the way. I guess this building should be the first one we should add. This should be the main core building, right? Okay, so this is where we get a little dicey, people. I need my music, I need jams, I need vibes, and I also need time and comfortability, and now I don't feel comfortable at all. Now it's not even my stomach, it's my mental. I'm like, do I even have enough time to get anything done? You know what it is? I don't think I have enough time to fail. That's my issue. How do we begin here? I haven't drawn in very long. Whoa, my dumb self, my idiotic self put this fucking shit on the blue. I'm gonna just take this part. There we go. How could I ever make this mistake? Boom. Let's just fill that all in. Ooh, no. I want those colors. We'll turn this off. That's what we'll do. I want my colors. Alright, I'm having a moment. Alright. We should at least be able to work with this. Turn this off, fill this in with the sky. Because clearly I painted them all together just because they were supposed to be like some quick stuff while I rendered Belle. But we're past that point. We don't need quick stuff, we need the legit stuff. That'd be an interesting turn of events. Belle's speckle on her hat is a little awkward. It's meant to mimic the speckle from her actual reference, but it mimics it almost a little too hard. It's better. I think that's better than this to some degree, but I also think it's worse than others. Is that weird? Okay, so that works. Multi-pools. Multi-pools. Yeah, all the multi-pools count as one stroke. That's fair. That's pretty fair. How do you do multi-pools from the inside then? Yeah, I probably could have added these last few adjustments in before I posted this stuff. Posted it recently just so I could. I think that's where we'll stop. All right, back to the background. The light was getting to me when I was up there, or the light on her hat specifically. So I don't expect success, right? Do not expect success. Strive for efficiency. So if we're being efficient with our time, let's start with a little bit more darkness towards the bottom. Oh God, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I want comfortability when I'm doing this. And I do believe that means I need to go do my related errands right now. I want to be smart. I want to be smart. I swear I will be. Being confident, but not foolish. Taking my time, because if I take time now, I won't have to redo some things in the future. Don't rush. Be smart. Right? Do not rush. Be smart, Jay. I gotta go. It's too much. It's way too much. So this comes down to the bottom. So that'll probably fill that spot in. Yeah. I don't know what the top of this looks like. We're just gonna imagine it's a block. If it doesn't end up being a block, maybe I'll come and correct it later. If I don't end up posting later on. It shouldn't be a hard fix if like the top is just what is off. Now our biggest issue is creating the extra details on the inside. Trying to proportionalize some of this out. I think we should tilt it. I think it's a little weird on angle. Thinking like that on angle. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, maybe it should be straight up, and what's happening is there's a curve. You see that curve? Let's see if we can't deal with that. It's only on the inside, really. The multi-poles. Doing the multi-poles. Why did family invite me out so late, man? I'll feel really bad if I don't make it over there. Though I know that's not their intent. It's just what will happen. My family barely gets to see me anyways. I doubt they'll really care that much if I don't make it up there. Actually, we should make it a lighter color, right? If it's getting light, we can just make it lighter than this, just a little bit. Start adding some collection of values to create drawings. Now, do I need a crazy amount of collection of values? No, don't overthink it, people. There's airbrushing and certain techniques that will do certain tricks to help buildings come together a lot faster. And we'll play around with them today, but not right now. Right now. Just need to lay down some of this. All right, I'm out of here. I'll be back in maybe 10 to 15. I'll try and make it as quick as possible. You guys probably just heard that. That's how loud that grumble was. I definitely want another building in the back. We'll add one more building. Just somewhere back here. But slightly lighter than everything else due to ambient inclusion. So we're gonna go ahead and get this color. And we might start with the planes. But I really want to see how much detailing we can get done on the actual building itself. What was I doing? Oh yeah, grabbing this so we can airbrush in some ambient inclusion. Ay. Wrong thing, my boy, wrong thing. There you go. I could probably add another one in the very far back later. But so it begins. Oh, we can probably turn off those additional people for now. They're kind of messing in or making the drawing look a little messy. Where are they? The extra subject matters. Nani? Where are they? Oh, they're right here. I knew that. They're on top of the background. That makes sense. That does make sense. Alright. Still a long ways to go. Very long. Not a very, pretty very long ways. Today is just background fun, so we get to have a lot of, I would say we get to have a lot of play, but I don't know how long I'm going to be here. And knowing that I have to go do this right now, which is going to take some time. It's going to be a day. We're going to need that color wheel up probably most of the day, funny enough. What are we thinking about for fucking Norma's hair render, bro? Oh man, I really wish I could just sit down and just work. What is this? I was thinking about animating the bang boo before I go do my, I guess you could call it hygiene stuff. But I'm gonna go do my hygiene stuff. I'll be back. Ooh, sucks. Oh, it sucks that this is how far we got nowhere. I just wanted some non-stop drawing on stream. And fuck it. I like seeing the people up, believe it or not. It's a very ZZZ looking canvas. I guess is what I'll call it. Alright, back in a few. 10 to 15 minutes. Promise. I'm back. I swears I am back. I don't even know if the stream is still up, but I am back. Oh, Mr. AI view stream, my boo. I would assume that my stream is still up if this stuff like this is coming up. Dude, how much minutes did we even draw? How's this stream been up for an hour and a half? I feel like I've been gone for 20 of those minutes. Oh my god. Oh. I gotta go do something for another like 3 to 4 minutes, but I just gotta go wrap up over there. I want to come over here, say my piece first. Announce my re-arrival. I'll put on. I don't know why I didn't do this before. This is what I should have did. I should have had the be right back thing up, which is like up here. I should have had that up. It's fine. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go do that thing for the last few minutes, and then be right back, and we'll get into the swings of art again. Thank God. We'll just try to focus on the background, take our mind off all the other stuff, and get some work done. One second, y'all. 1 second. Just checking something. Let me go ask my brother. Alright, I'm back. Oh. That'll be the last major intermission of the day. I'll go ahead and draw for the rest. I'm gonna have to cut up the YouTube video like a motherfucker. That was a long time. That was a long time. Oh. But I feel better. Let's begin. What were we doing anyways? Painting the background. Oh, so much better. So the thing about background drawing, it's important to hold on. Oh. Huh? Oh, that's what happened. It was like something's up with these fucking order of layers. Are you kidding me right now? No, you're not. Alright. It's another folder. Looking for this layer forever. We'll give it a color. This way it's easy to find. Sorry about all the noise. Oh, I had to get in position. Ooh, I'm gonna take that off right now. So yeah, I think it's my exercise. My exercise has been doing a number on my body. It's because I haven't exercised in a while. And what my body essentially is feeling like it's doing is rubber banding. Right? To where it was going back, it was going back, it was going back, and it was going back because I haven't been working out. And I started working out a lot and it just starts moving fast. But at a cost. The rubber band's back kind of hard, leaving me with some recoil damage. And I believe that is what I am constantly been dealing with for 5 days. Not much I can do. So. The thing is, we want to save ourselves work. So we're going to have to start using some rulers pretty soon. This would normally go down. Hold on. Ah, I see what's happening. So I don't draw backgrounds too often. Actually, I don't really draw that much at all. I'm really, really, really bad at it. And I've been really bad at it for years. which is exactly why I wanted to start doing them more. It's a big limitation, and if we honestly correct it, I could see an improvement of my art beyond my wildest dreams. Again. It's the ultimate goal. That's what I know. Anyways, we need to actually start thinking about the rulers. I'm wondering whether I should do a perspective type thing. And I'm thinking, yeah. We'll hook up a perspective ruler. Hopefully it'll do its job and we'll be able to create things with ease. The other thing we're going to need, let's think about concepts before we jump into the roller. Things that we are going to need that are going to speed up the workflow, right? Oh, this is the track. Makes me feel happy to be alive. I'm trying to pick colors again with a small color wheel. Issue number 1. Issue number 1. Getting closer. Alright, it's too green. There we go. Let's get in there. Why did it get so blue all of a sudden? It was already just too green for a minute. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to need a unique section for this. I'm trying to block out the sections I need. I don't really need to make them look good right now. And it's going to be in unique shape, which is probably going to need squares. For this, we'll probably do a polygon of trial down here. Trying to see how I'm gonna do this. I think that's just it. We need squares. We put the squares in after we get the shapes blocked out, right? We're gonna get the shapes blocked out. Put the squares in. A square here, you know, and another square here to add in the like partitions. Do I just need squares? Should I do it with the lines? What about the lines related to my perspective rule I'm gonna use? Yeah, the lines related to the perspective ruler will not help with these squares right here. I'm doing all the problems in head before we start drawing and then run into them. So yeah, the lines, the ruler will not help with these specific lines. The best thing to do will be to create square shapes and then to move and reshape them, right? So that said, I think we can save this bottom section down here. We'll focus kind of primarily on detailing out this top half, like here to here, like right above them, you know. So yeah, all of this we'll focus on detailing out first, and then we'll leave this section for last. And if we can get the top looking right, we'll have a little bit more confidence. So yeah, I think I got the plan. The other things can be done with perspective ruler while coming off perspective ruler with stabilization. I should be able to handle it just fine. Yeah, let's get in there. Let's get in there. So we'll start here. We don't need this because that's not in relationship to the shape. We need to give this a perspective ruler. That was our first test, right? Our rulers are where? Where are our rulers? Oh, yes, right here. So we'll start from the top. And this is how we'll figure out the first perspective. Which will be there. Should honestly be a whatchamacallit. I think it should honestly have another one, which should be a vanishing point. I don't know where the vanishing point will be though. So I'm almost down to just forget about it for now. Right, I'm pretty sure there's a vanishing point that should be way behind it. We'll get to it. And the ruler, I think that's a good ruler. Right. As for a vanishing point, I think it should be like way back here. Right. And like have a, but I don't know if we can use that right now. That's like adding the second perspective ruler to the first perspective ruler, which is really useful, but let's see. Give me a second. So we got this. We should see the side of the building. For the side of the building should end like right there. I think. And that will set the tone for this second, the vanishing point. The next tone for the vanishing point will be, oh wait, damn it. This will set the tone for the vanishing point. Scale out while the vanishing point, aka the horizon line, should be like here. Alright. And now I think we have the proper perspective rulers. Let's see if we can play with them and use them properly. We probably can't use them properly, but that's the idea. My stomach is most definitely still a bully though. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to turn these off at the drop of a dime just to clean some things off the edges so we can paint inside of there. We'll start with some dark lines. Actually, you know what value I want? I want this value and I want this value. Alright, let's begin. Let's begin. Oh wait, did I get the right value? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm just an eraser. Laying down the perspective. There's another one coming from up here. And this will be the edge of the building. Which means anything after this can go ahead and get erased. And we are definitely on perspective. It's cleaning itself up. Nice, nice, nice. That's the glory of some perspective rulers. I'll save you some trouble. So we want to come up. We said the building ends up there, so you'll likely have to come up on this side as well to reach a nice horizon point. Because the horizon line is here, right? Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Probably goes too far back, but who knows? I don't know how long this building is. We can go ahead and turn off the ruler right now so we can fill that section in. And we're just going to lay out some blocks. Then we're going to create some cubes, lay those cubes out, add some lines to the cubes, add in some gradients, and hope it all comes together. I've done buildings before, but not complex buildings like this. Very simple skyscrapers, which are a lot simpler to come together with. I also don't have any of my window brushes on this computer because the last time I did buildings was on my old one. So I'm gonna have to probably make some brushes. That's gonna be unfortunate. Would have been nice to just, have a stash. Because I have like 30 different like handmade building textures on my old thing, my old computer. But I'll see if I can access it. I have my drive, but I don't have access to like opening up Clip Studio from my old computer to where it has like my old Clip Studio files, I don't think. So I'll have to see if somewhere on there just all my old textures. Let's see. Here we can go ahead and blend this. Don't really need this to be whatever's going on with that. Take a nice dark color. Give this a nice rim. Now we're getting that box shape that we need. When we come down to these edges, we're gonna peel off, like here. This is not, it's not in line with the horizon line, so we shouldn't use any of the perspective rulers for this part down here. This is not in line with the horizon line. These are those back, these back sections that we're trying to look at. On this side, it will intersect with with this, which is gonna be this is gonna be like obstructing our vision a little bit, so we won't see the divot. Right, it's gonna be obstructing our vision just a bit. But on this side, we still see the divot a little bit because of the way the gaps work. Just a bit, but it should be getting close to obstruction too, so it should be closing more than that. Do we need to go further back now? We cleaned that. Let's clean that edge just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Take our time. Focus. Make good effort. Ah, man, my brush is not doing what I want. Alright, there we go. Back to my music. And then another side here. And then once we have that, We can bring the perspective ruler back. Listen here. There we go. No, this is going to be hard to fill. But I'm going to do my best. There we go. I guess realistically, this should probably have just a small tint to a different value. But we can do that with the perspective ruler, like I said. Let me see where that baby is. Yeah, right here. There we go. Hey. We don't want to get much bigger. Oh, what happened there? The screen just bugged out for a minute. Yeah, I think it's fine. Just for a moment. Alright. Back at it. I should probably do darken or something. There we go. I was looking for a good stroke, man. I was just looking for a good stroke. We gotta clean up this line. This is an old drawn line. And you can tell mentally it's starting to come off. It's like wiggly and not straight compared to everything else. And then my thing just went out. So first my screen goes out. Now this goes out. Yada yada. Alright. Maybe I should just redraw the line personally from a start. I think it's kind of weird to like try and clean up a line. That was oh, it went out of battery. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I like that. And we'll be able to build off of this downwards. So this thing is technically, ooh, interesting. Let's see if we can't fit that in real fast. And then we'll start adding the cubes. See if we can't get these shapes to start looking like the building in question. Ooh, did I leave a little tail here? Why did I leave this here? And then we might, we'll see how it goes. We might start working on these back sections. But yeah, down here. So there's some space in between this and this, right? Wrong color. Oh, there is no color. This is an eraser. I knew that. I knew that. Yeah, so there's some space in between this and this. To the point where this should look like it's elevated over this. Now, I don't know if I'm freehand drawing this section, but I do want to block it out. It's just a raise down here for the bottom of this part. In fact, why is this here? Get rid of that. All right. I think we can work with that. And what we're essentially going to do is we're going to attach a piece from here to here, right? It's going to eventually, you know, do stuff like this. We're not actually adding this piece right now, but stuff like that will create some sense of depth in between what we see and like where things connect. You know what I mean? And then we can like bring it around and actually bring it down. But not right now. Not right now. Not right now. We're still doing things with the back. Oh my God. All right. Now, what do we need? Now, we we are going to start setting up those shapes soon, but I think we want to lay out these blocks for these, we can add in these shapes, yeah. I need a white cube going from the tip to the bottom, blue from the side. So let me block this out. Blue from the side, from this side all the way down. Yeah, that line would tell me where my limit is. So from that side all the way down, we're gonna put something on this plane, because I think that's what's happening here, right? Yeah, that's a full plane. That's a plane of itself, and then it has this. So yeah, that should be easy enough. Side planes are a little bit angled, but we still wouldn't see the other side regardless, so that's good. But that does mean this connection point is a little off, but it's not gonna be enough to like be damning. Especially since this is a small section of the drawing. Let's add the cube. We're there. Who would have guessed? So it needs to, the first cube we add needs to be, hold on. Nah, there's no way. All right. I want to test something. Since we got here a little quicker than expected, let me test this real quick. We didn't get here like super fast or anything, but it doesn't work. I was wondering whether or not the lasso, what the fuck? Oh, no, it's doing that to my drawings. I was wondering whether the lasso tool actually moved related to the rulers. It does not. Would the polygon one not be the best call though? Still, whoa, the polygon one does. It does. It works. Oh, this shit about to be golden. Of course somebody came up with this before I thought of it. I'm no genius. It's gonna be a bit of trial and error though, guys, to be honest. I was not expecting this. Let's first put the cube where it should start. Bring it all the way down. Bring it all the way back around to where it should stop. Let's see if we can't make it to the top. Okay, we failed. That stop point is not accurate. Bring it all the way back to the top. And then close the top. Dude, that shit works? Oh, that makes shit easy. Before I thought we were gonna have to make a cube and then like reshape it to actually fit the building, but now it becomes a little bit easier. Actually, let's do this. Oh yeah, this shit will become mad easy. We'll be able to like really create some shapes with this. Cause we just added a full window plane. Do we want the edges? Let's do this. Like we said, we go down first, all the way down to the bottom. Then we go across how far we think we need and try and make it back up to the top. That makes the back one super far. Let's go just a little bit further. Dude, this works so well. I need to shake the hand of the man who came up with this. That's funny. I definitely need to shake the hand of the man who came up with this. I have a plan now. Now this part we had to polygon ourselves, right? But it's honestly not that hard. There's another shape right inside of here. What we could do is isolate it to only this. Never mind. What is this? Who are you? Let's clip it. And that's that connection there. Yup. Everything's starting to make some sense. Once we add in that white block, should be pretty good. And zooming out, we're starting to get some sense of variancy. I think we can. I don't think we need it to be multiply. It could probably be a normal layer. We can add this. Hey. Actually, you know what we could do? Give me this. Which one do we want? We just want this. I don't really like that value. So come forward. That didn't really work out. Said this value, right? Oh, maybe it doesn't work out in other areas, so that's why the multiply is a requirement. Probably still solve this with a trick. Yeah, that's probably why the multiply is a requirement. Trick of the trade. Should we trick of the trade? Because this section needs to be darker, right? You got this color, this color. Wrong way. Alright. That didn't work. Oh, it's no mask. That's a little bit better. I think I like having the ooh, it's way too bright and way too saturated. I think I like having the color value be an actual flat color. We did an issue by not cleaning up this edge. Right? It's a hand-drawn edge. But it's only a minor issue. I think we can just hand draw it in as an entirety. I think that's the best move. Yeah? No, you had it out now? Yeah. Alright. Hey, do it. 1 second. Papa, hey, what's up? I don't know what you mean by twin, but hey, what's up? Are you talking about me? Do you look like me? Oh my god, what the heck is going on? was listening to something. It was the weirdest soundbite ever. I need music. Ooh, some Mac Miller. No, not every edge needs to be absolutely perfect, but trying to get it decent enough. Oh man, that's that. Good enough. And then we'll clean the edge with the ruler. Because it is kind of fuzzy. It's kind of fuzzy down here. I don't mind the edge. I just think it's a little smudgy. There we go. Same back here. This should be full white. I don't know why it's fading down there. I mean, it could fade, but not that hard. Alright. We'll go ahead and turn the ruler off. We'll turn it back on if we ever need it, which wouldn't be too long from now. You would think some of these weren't ruled, and they weren't. Some of them, but the square definitely was. Ah, that's what's happening. Darn nematodes. It thins once it gets here, and it thickens once it gets down here, but that one's fine. This one's the really one creating a wobble out of my shapes. And now everything pretty much feels straight, except for maybe right here. Oh, it's on another layer. I knew that. So now what? That's the real question, right? Where to go from here? I guess we can connect the stuff down here and then we can start adding some lines. Oh, we can merge this now. How's the painting control? Let me see. Oh, we forgot about the other side. I was wondering. It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, rulerless. We need to do it without the ruler here. Polygon. Polyline. Ooh. Oh no, wrong thing. I was like, why is it going in already? Logic is off. Damn. Alright, there we go. There we go. Hey. Hold on. Because these edges are hand drawn, right? So they get a little wobbly, as you can see. And a little fadey. Hand draw some of the. Honestly, this one probably doesn't need to be hand drawn. This one on this edge. This one should probably be, whatchamacallit, actually physically drawn. Or drawn in line with the ruler. The better I get at backgrounds, the faster that stuff like this will be. I know that, but I'm gonna do the proper process regardless. For now, the only process that makes sense to get us to the results that we're looking for. I don't know what's really going on this side, so we're not worrying too much about that. Same over here. Same down here. Not really worrying about it. What's going on over here? What's going on over here? Let's create some hard lines over here. We'll erase some of the stuff that we probably won't need because we didn't shape it right, which I think is this, and this. Actually, we can wait till we put on the ruler for that one. And then this one, yada yada. Yeah, I think all this makes sense. We could probably turn the ruler on now. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to look semi-decent. Better than, smudges. Keep it moving. We'll try and do some tricks later to try and really get some positive value. This is an okay song. It's not that, ooh, they just sent me the good shit. Oh, let's get some work done. Ooh, where did that go? Yeah. Oh, my eraser must be giant. I'm like, my eraser must be giant. It indeed was. And clean up these lines. No, it's all. Wait, what is going on here then? I can't put a line here worth my life. Oh, is it just bad placement? Ah, my eyes playing tricks or playing tricks on me. Don't need to worry about that. Bring this down. And bring carve it out where we need it. Not like that. Not like that either. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. There. So this whole turning the ruler off and turning it on bit is what gets to me. Can't imagine other people do this all the time, but I also don't see any other way of properly using it. I really have to figure out who has some good ruler tricks so I can steal them. I could definitely use a few ruler tricks in my arsenal. It does look oddly skewed, doesn't it? I'll take a look at that in just a moment. What is up with the color today, man? I'll try one color, it doesn't end up being the right color. Turn the ruler on. Yeah, this is way off. It needs to. I knew it was something off. It needs to go way out here, which means we need to put the blue line way out here. Ay. Will you work with me, brush? Sometimes my input on my tool right here isn't getting registered. So I end up doing the wrong type of stroke. I'll get rid of the roller on that. So we got enough of what we need to rule. We have a decent amount of the blocks of this shape set up. So this is this tower right here. This is the thing behind it is extra information from a separate building altogether. Right? So this whole little section is going to be that tower and all the things that are going to attach to it and whatnot. And maybe there's a bit of extrusion here. Maybe. Right. It's a good idea. I hate to say it. It's a good idea. Alright, can't I just paint bucket this? Save my butt some trouble. I could paint bucket fill like this, right? Dude. Well, that didn't work either. We're gonna go down the list, see which one of these actually does the job I'm looking for, if any. It's pretty close. Pretty close to the job I'm looking for. Gets a little weird though. Definitely not. No job was done there. And this will overshadow the paint in question, which is not what we want. So this is the only one that actually does the job, but it does it a little weird. What about everything else? This isn't half bad. What about this? This did a better job. It has some area scaling issues. But I think other than that, it's pretty good. Maybe if we up the tolerance. It does affect it. The issue is that it gets all like cubic. You can see the edges get like, I wish it just filled the thing, and then whatever keeps it happening on these jagged edges wasn't happening. Could be anti-aliasing, but there's no way I could turn it like on doing the thing I'm doing. So I think paint bucketing would be the only answer. Obviously, we wouldn't want to refer to all layers. But paint bucketing only does so much of the job, right? It only does so much of it. But it's fine. It's more than nothing. We'll move along. Oh God, I have the ruler on still? Or maybe my body has been rejecting sugar. Oh my God. I think that's been the case. Trying to track all the things I do, and I eat a lot of sugar. A lot of sugary drinks and snacks just for the hell of it. I just like sweets. Obviously, it does a number on me in different ways, but I think recently I've been trying to work out too much. But it doesn't fuck with my diet. And every time I try to do my diet, it beats me up for it. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. And I end up being hungry shortly after. Because it wants real food. I'm starting to notice. Alright. Anyways. That extrusion's nice. We can probably end up using that in unique different ways when the time really comes. I just made it dark because I don't think it's actually gonna end up being that dark. The darkness is it's kind of meant to help with vision, right? This way you can kind of add things into the dark and get a feel for where you're going without losing like an edge line or something like that, you know? And you can try out different colors there. I'm thinking something that's actually darker, maybe darker than the side plane right here. But I'm guessing that also wouldn't make sense. So maybe it's something that's technically supposed to be lighter. Not entirely sure. I don't even know mid-dark values. Alright, I'm just gonna cut this in half in terms of opacity. And then we'll use that as our new value. This is the value I was looking for. I couldn't find it anywhere. On my canvas already, you know. Which I thought it was. It looked like it could be. But nah, this shit ain't nowhere, bro. It's not the same color as this. See, that's darker. Which is interesting. We can probably go put this around in some spots. Really start making a use for it. There's a nice in-between color. Between action and, you know. Nigga, what? I guess I did. I'm not doing anything here, I swear, but I do want to draw a little bit of stuff here. It's just where my eye is calling me. I know we got a lot of stuff up top to actually still do. It's gonna be another pipe, a double pipe situation. Hell yeah! And then the actual rim is this pipe. That's what we're talking about, right? That's the rim, because it's the top and its section. So there's another round, like roundish section right in it, right here in it. Yeah, the paint is my issue, bro. Oh, no wonder. I'm like on the wrong brush. Like the paint is my issue, bro. Yeah, I bet you it is. I don't know why my stomach is beating me up this bad, though. It's like I had a meal just before I went to bed, which was not that long ago. It was this morning. Now I'm in trouble. But then I had sweets right after. You know, you get the idea. We won't actually detail out this area. I just wanted to see if I can play with it a little bit to get some values. We'll go focus on some other things and we'll come back to this when it really matters. Just playing around, letting my eye do what it wants. But honestly, like they said, focused actions are far better than random ones. These are mostly random, but they have a bit of an objective. So they at least give me some sense of worth and value. Even though like shape wise they're terrible, right? Like overall shape wise. Like look how weird it is. But we could just push it back. And that kind of does what we're meant to do. Way better. I think we're good on all that junk. I think we could start adding in some extra detailing to this stuff for more information. Before that. Actually, no, we can go ahead and get started. I wanted to figure out. Actually, no, I think I can do it. The only issue would probably be up top, right? Let me see if I can add in these. I want to see if I could target some areas to add in some select color dodging or select shadowing, which is seeming possible. It is indeed seeming possible. You know, just magic wand in enough spots. See if we can add a little airbrush up here. Add some true light. In fact, we're gonna give it a color dodge. So we're gonna go opposite of our current color tone. A decent amount of less saturation. Just to add a perfect counter to the image that we're using. That's the reason why we went the opposite direction of the color tone we're using. It's not always the perfect choice, but it's a pretty good start sometimes. Oh yeah, not much hits, right? Oh wait, there's also a ruler, Jay. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. So the thing is making it quite blue and less white. What do you think? not too worried about the weirdness or the weird edges. They're pretty easy fix. You just go in with a stroke. I'm trying to see if adding this lighting up here actually is worthwhile, but it's personally not looking like it. Even if it was clean. Maybe if that part was clean. I feel like I'm cheating though. Right? And we could do that, but we would probably, actually, we'd probably be better off making a new layer, adding the freaking things to it, and then like starting to add the lines. The issue with this, not doing it instead of like doing it manually instead of doing it with proper cubes, is that we can probably end up with uneven lines unless we really work at it, you know? Unless we really work at keeping it even. It's tough to say. It's probably too dark of a building, but that's okay. That could be easily fixed with like color dodge or something, you know? Or not a color dodge, but like a lighting. Lighting would probably be a better effect to use for if the core image of the building ends up too dark. Let's just say. No, buddy. Not like that. Not like that either. What's up with my colors? Oh, I have color dodge on. I knew that. I knew that. We could put this in two different areas. We could put it right behind it. Hello. Oh. That could end up, you know, softening up those edges that we feel like are a little extreme. So we don't need to worry too much if it feels too dark. So we'll start working on those planes and the clouds so that they have like this extra detailing effect that helps the building come together. But not really sure. Just trying some different airbrushing effects. We can get to bed and be right back off the screen. It's tough to say. Should it be on the top or should it not? Ooh, okay, so it definitely is trying to do stuff underneath more than it is trying to do things on top. But let me make a new layer. We're clearly playing. I hate playing, but also enjoy it. I hate playing because it's like a waste. It kind of is a waste of time. Shouldn't play around with your art. But being for realsies, curious how different things affect us in different ways. And there's only one way to find out. And that's to play. So I want that. And what about a darken? It's worth thinking about and experimenting with, I guess. But I guess it doesn't really matter if those are on top or bottom, huh? They make little difference. Where color dodge makes a big difference on whether it's on top or bottom. Okay, interesting to know. Does it not make a difference if this is on top or bottom of each other either? That part seems to make a difference. Small difference, but a difference. I can feel the shift. I don't know which one I would actually call better, but this one seems like it's more depth-filling. So we'll put the darken on top for the time being. Now does the shift. Alright. Let me see something. Belle's thighs are looking kind of contrasty, right? We're not going to go down there for long. But I want to be lying if I said I didn't want to play with them just a smidge, just for like half a second. We're not going to actually like render any of them. What we want to do is... Yeah, what we want to do is get a lighten. We only want to lighten the shadows or some shit. So we'll pick this. We'll pick this up. And what we want this to do is be closer to that. And so we want it to get darker. Maybe a teensy bit in the yellow direction. That didn't work. Just because I'm on the wrong brush again. That's very yellow. Maybe it needs to be bigger. Alright, that's Belle's thighs without the lighting effect with it. Let's add it into this section as well. Let's see if we can't get another effect here. Get the airbrush nice and big in comparison to what you see. Stroke from the light and only the light. So without. Does it offer something? Debatable. Without. I think in my eye, it feels like it should be a little bit more intense. But maybe before we even get that intensity, could be an issue in color. Let's see. If we lighten it up, oh. I might be right. Is this the one time when you want to desaturate something? Alright, we're probably playing too much. Let's go ahead and move back to the background in a second. Alright, I can get lost in this, that's for sure. We're just going to change her value back to a more reasonable color and tone for our liking. We're going to take that, we're going to delete it. It is now gone. Make the airbrush smaller than we would expect. Instead, from the distance. Yeah. No. It makes a lot of sense to me. And it should be doing lighting, so it really shouldn't affect the thing at all, right? Unless, oh. No, that's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. So without lighting, with lighting, I don't feel like it's entirely terrible. I think it definitely ends up on the bottom of the groups. Alright, the lighting on the bottom. I don't know why I dislike it. Right? Is it saturation? Is it hue? Is it too much of something? Is it too little? It's definitely lightness. It's way too light. Right? It needs to be just barely off. And then from there we can probably determine our saturation. Once that stuff is determined, the hue comes second. And there's no way we're doing any of these hues, to be honest. Hey, I'm done, I swear. What else are we doing with this background, right? We're adding elements and like playing around with certain things. Ah, look at that. The lines aren't going to line up. Well, I think they should line up perfectly going down, but we won't be able to make the internal detailing shapes, which is okay. Let's play with it. Did darken even do anything? Hold on. The heck? Do we not have a dark in here? I gotcha. a brush. Yeah, what's up with these? Are they different colors along the line? Thought they were all the same color. They are. They're all the same color. I guess it just doesn't work out as much over here. We'll just recolor it later. Anything else has this? Yeah, these top windows do. We're gonna make this nice and light over here. Because it's only gonna be like from here up. And we'll just go all the way up. Mostly all the way up. We don't really need to hit the top. Create those lines again. No, it technically is getting further away from us in space. We should be mindful, right? We don't need to do too much in regards to that, but we probably shouldn't be making these things further and larger from each other, which I seemingly was. Gonna be a lot of lines. I'm gonna need to invent a cone. Nice. Other way too. And this one, luckily, only has like 1 or 2 lines at best visible. At best, the other line is just barely coming in on the fucking curve. We still haven't connected this part, but like I said, we can paint that kind of in flatly. In fact, I think we can probably paint in that section now. That's supposed to connect to down here and like build into that. At least that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because what we really want is if we get this whole top section detailed out from like here, from down here to upwards, I'm pretty sure that's pretty much going to be most all we need, because that's where the eye hits in terms of getting there, and the bottom barely pulls the eye in terms of intrigue or just eye attention. So if we get that top section messed up, we'll be happy. But as you can see, I'm not the best background artist. All right, where are we now and what are we doing? Let's add the shapes. How to do it though? It's going to be on top of this. Obviously, let's get 2 colors. I want this value for a side plane. I want this value for a top plane. Okay. And for the front plane, so it needs to connect right here before that. This way, this has a little another hook from here to here. Okay, I'm mapping it out. So it needs to personally end here, right? And that's where it begins. Hold on. It's tough. Some of the geometry is ill placed in space. We'll see if we can't cheat it a little bit. So where's the top of this? It's like right up here, which is huge. It's fucking huge. Let's see if we can't cheat it to some degree. If nothing less, we'll at least draw it in relationship to the top as it should be. And then we'll shift the bottom like over. Yeah, I do indeed believe that I have painted the wrong shapes. Or mispositioned some of these shapes. Which I don't really know if there was a way to stop me from doing that, to be honest. Unless I blocked out all the major shapes beforehand, but I didn't. Well, this is technically still blocking, so it doesn't really matter. I just wish I didn't have to correct things. Yeah, I guess I'm bugging over nothing. I always have to correct things from time to time. Gotta be smart with this. Don't want to be too crazy. Now we're gonna have to add some window planes onto that. Why does this place get so many things that look like windows? We're getting there though. It's not the most exciting thing, but we're getting there. The more we add, the more we get. Now the shape of this cube is a little curvy for good reason. My liquify brush has still been a bitch on me. I know why too. Let me play with it real fast. Rule of thumb. Okay. Okay. Anything else we need to focus on? Do we actually have the stuff that lightened it from being super dark? Oh man, we need to get even better colors. I think we started with way too dark of a base, but it's fine. There are ways to fix mistakes. Okay, so what are we going to do here? So this is a toughie. This is a whole different like piece of like block. It doesn't. It won't work if I use the other ruler. Okay. It won't work if I use the other ruler. This is the thing I'm trying to avoid, is having to do this manually. My paint bucket tool isn't great right now. But we will use it. James. Focus. Let's mess with some of the shapes with a liquify. It's just a little too off. We gotta line them up just a bit better than this. I never even thought about it. Sorry, just something came up to my mind. Don't mind that. I do need to eat. I should have went to my parents' house after all. I got noodles I can make. I just don't want to do my dishes. We'll be here for another hour and a half or so, and then that'll probably be it. Maybe a half an hour. Who knows? The sad part was the bathroom break, and it really like sapped 30 minutes of my time. Some way, somehow. Alright, I think that's that. It's not a perfect job, but you can read it. Alright. Lines aren't too crazy, like liquidy or wobbly. That's the worst thing about the freehand of a building. Your eye loves to see those straight edges, bro. It loves it. So any wobbly lines are technically unacceptable. Dang, my tool is tweaking out. That's why it keeps like going super high, and then I don't know if you guys can see my brush size fluctuating. But yeah, that's why it might like zoom all the way to the top and then zoom all the way to the bottom. My tool is freaking out. We're at least getting somewhere. It's better than some paint strokes, that's for sure. But whether it's enough to actually be cool, hell no. There's 10 million other details I would like to try, add, or attempt. Okay. Anything left? Before we move on to more building elements. I could play with the bangos. That is an option. Tis an option. What is this? I'm gonna start merging all these. I don't really have time for all these to be like separate layers. This is a normal, right? Can I grab this normal? Give it some light values up here at the top a little bit, because they seem to disappear a bit, which is okay. But maybe not. Maybe you don't want it to disappear entirely. Interesting. Oh no, less interesting. I was like, interesting. No, it was not. Yeah, I'm assuming these darkens and everything are worthwhile having at this point. I may as well merge them into the actual image themselves. Alright. Well, that's notable. I actually think I like this more than that. more than this. This is where it was, right? No, this is where it was. But this is the difference. I like it. Let's get up here and do some, are we making planes? I kind of just want to do the clouds, personally. I say we do some clouds from the planes, then maybe we could play with some planes to end off the day. Because we don't have much time, so we got to pick and choose. And if we're really lucky, we can put some clouds on this frame right here too. Should I go download a new cloud brush or two real fast? May as well, just in case. It might help speed things along. We already have a cloud brush to start, though, which is nice. Speaking of, but this is like a basic cloud. So we have this. It's gonna be basic cloud, and then we have our pen brush. Maybe a combination of these two. Let's start with this, and we'll worry about adding cloudy-ish elements later. Where are you, planes? Where are you? Where? Are they really in front of these babies? They're really in front of the buildings. Oh, that's because the buildings didn't have a back in the day. They were attached to the blue. Now we could put these properly just behind the buildings, but in front of the blue. Nice. Nice. Alright. So we want two colors. We'll use this pale gray white, and then we'll use this blue. But where's the clouds? Oh, the clouds are okay. Each plane is separate. That's what's happening. I thought it was on the cloud layer. I was on the specific plane layer. Alright. So I really don't know how we're gonna do this, but first off, it's a little too messy. So we have some very clear, distinct round shapes. And then, so it stays cubey towards the top, and then shrink it more towards the bottom. Still, it should get smaller over time. Is that blue? I was like, okay, it looks a little too exact like the background. That's because you're erasing, Jay. Deepened up. Trying some different blues. Maybe our white is just too yellow. There we go. I think that's a good cloudy color. Yeah, that's a nice cloudy color. Obviously, the white gets more than the blue does. Now, this is where you lose me, right? I don't really know how to make the little second layer. This is gonna be difficult, but it should be right here. That's the value I'm looking for. A more internal value for the clouds themselves. Right. Those last few weren't that great. We have a strand there from the buildings. I'm gonna have to label these. It is hard to find which one is which. Is that bell? I think it is. No, it's not. Ah, I was on the wrong colors. That makes sense. That makes sense. So I think we could go way further, right? I think these clouds could look so much cooler. With like more detailing. Maybe we're missing another value in the depths of the clouds. But I feel like that would be so far. Right? At that point we're getting some pretty dark clouds. Darker than the sky, which I don't believe is allowed. Right? Rules and regulations and such. Start having darker values come in than the cloud, than the sky. Actually, it is allowed, isn't it? Ooh, I'm tweaky. I think it is allowed. I just saw it. This makes sense. How much sense, though? That's the question. How much sense is the question? You know, I have never made my clouds darker than the sky, but this actually visually makes sense. I don't know why I've never noticed this. Like I said, I'm not a very good background artist. But let's add the paintbrush and see if we can't lighten up some small values. Right, just adding a small touch of this very dark value is really good for the clouds. This darker than sky value. But what's up with my brush? There we go. But that does not mean things will turn out perfectly. I must be mindful. I must create with intent. All the meanwhile, we were supposed to get a cloud brush ages ago. Now look at us. It probably would be helping. Do some like Alright, so definitely no overlay values at the very bottom. At the very bottom, since it's supposed to be shadow, the overlay values only really sit at the top where the sun hits. That's what it's seeming like. Something like that. Which we're getting some vibes, but I don't know if they're exactly how I like. I always thought you could not add a shadow that was darker than the sky. Little did I know. That makes way more sense. I think we have all the values we need. We could probably just copy this kind of idea across. Not overthink about it and just hope things pan out. We might need a rim at the very top. Is that what my eye is asking for? What's that? Let me see. I'm not gonna change the mask. Yeah, I don't think so, Chief. You ain't rimming shit up here. Very cartoonish though. To give it like an outline. Which kind of fits these aesthetic, but not really what I'm going for. just triggered to my eyes, besides the line up there. Or maybe it is because of that line up there. Do we have the we'll take the line off. I don't wanna have something in there I'm not fully confident in. But do we have the color dodge on here? Or the lighting on here? We do. We do. It's just not going very far. Bells likes. Always an issue. And that helps. Doesn't solve the problem. Helps. Maybe coming strictly from the middle. Strictly from the middle. Once again, helps but doesn't solve the problem. How odd. Maybe the color's too color too small. Increase the size a bit. Let's stop there. I think it triggers less to my eye, whatever was happening before. Yeah, there's too much light down there when we're looking down here right now. Like, it's too much light contrast going on. This at least gets rid of a little bit of it. But only just barely, right? It, like, evens out the leg just barely. And not from the position that I want it to. Hold on. Let me aim it up a little bit. It's either that. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be from the top. It has to be also be brush density. We will add in 8. We'll go up to 14 for the brush density. Let's see the on and off. Yeah, I think it's just a bad color pick. That's okay. We'll figure it out later. So I'm just drawing my eye over there. And I cannot get it right for the life of me. But we don't have much time to get these clouds in here. Let's see. Dude, I didn't color these fucking... Alright, this is the fucking... Okay, color the buildings. Freaking thing. It's getting too there's getting to be too many layers. Oh dang, I'm on the wrong layer. Oh, fucking A, man. You see what I mean? It's too many layers. I make way too many layers. And that's just the truth. The color palettes though help me keep track of things. But I need to start doing this more often. Because then I would have known, oh, that's right there. So these guys are down here. No, this is part of the buildings too. So we at least give this one a second building color. So we know that these two are the buildings. That means these are what we're looking for. What the heck, Jay? I think we can merge these. I'm not in the mood to have 2 different layers for the planes. Personally. So this way we can just work on both of them, or all of them in together. Thing is, I don't know shit about fucking cloud shapes. This should be interesting when we get over here. No, not too worried about the actual planes themselves. Is this part of the plane lines? That is a bell line. Bell, why you always freaking finding your way out of side of your canvas? Huh? It's a line. Okay. Or is it not? It's not even in the line section? Oh, yes, it is. There it is. Alright. Back. And these should be the freaking things. Let's start shutting up the trails. I'm not going to worry about drawing over the plane. Reason for that being, we'll probably cut out what's left of the plane and just put it on top of all this once we're done and drawing that. Easy peasy. Right now I'm more concerned with the clouds. Oh, sorry. Let's come back here. We only got one big cloud back here from the two of these guys. That's from the looks of it. I think the other one was also supposed to be here, but they kind of merged into each other due to location. So we'll add the darkest color first this time. And then we'll start adding in the values to fill it out. But I believe that's the proper order of operations to anything like this. But that's just my belief. Should we extend it further? It makes more sense. Right. We'll keep the overall scale that is walking here, and we'll just paint it outwards. And then we'll start adding in the values. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, value time. So, and then we add another mid-tone to it, right? Now this is the one we're actually supposed to play with the white with, while keeping it at the bottom. Value here. Okay. We're just trying to make it look like clouds. Whatever it takes. Adding in like sub values. Alright. And let's add in that last value, and then I guess we should paint them in, right? Like we did up there, instead of just flat blocking them when it comes to this value. I think it's right here. And I would just go over some of these areas. And then this also, no, this isn't that color. This is that color that makes the sandwich with this, with the painty color. Not quite, right? I think we really went off course here. Oh, don't have much time left. Damn it. I'll probably end up doing a lot of this off stream, which I'm not really trying to do. Don't like that. Maybe a little bit of blue here. Now that top likes to be white. That top really likes to be white. Everything else likes to happen underneath or close to underneath. But whatever's at top, oh, the sun is hitting that, that's for sure. Alright. Add in some of those cleaning values. I think that's good enough. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's where we're going to cap. In fact, we haven't even gone to add in the cloud brushes. It's just us stroking with our pen. And it's getting kind of complex, maybe a little too complex for my liking. Right? Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful not to ever take it too far. But yeah, I think we definitely passed that line a while ago. It's fine. Maybe some liquify will help us, because I think shape is definitely one of the major offs. All right, now let's draw that. A little bit better. It's a little strange, but it's a little bit better. I think that's why it's strange. It's technically going outside of the frame of the sky, of the OG sky. Is that okay? Also, this is a little weird. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I'm reading that. That reads. That's better. Now we can string that across to the rest. This was kind of messy, right? But we eventually moved enough elements to where visually the clouds read decently enough. Alright. Let's cloud them on to the trails. We move on to the trails. And then once we're done with the trails over here, which there's not too many of, there's not too many trails at all. But once we're done, I'm listening to a video. He is clowning. Nice. It's not a half bad trail for that one. Obviously, it gets a little into the tail of the plane, which is a little weird. Alright, should this be a mid-tone or should... Is it better as the mid-tone? I think it is. And then you get to see the white come in. The dark is a little too much, so we probably shouldn't have too much of that. Alright, I'm cutting off this plane. I lied. These bitches are getting in the way. These bitches are getting in the way. I thought they wouldn't get in the way and I'll be able to like paint the clouds, but no. In fact, let's get them all. Let's get every last one of these stupid planes. Cut. Boom. Get out of here. You guys are in the way. No, you ain't got to get out of here, but you do got to stop being in the fucking way. Yeah, they should be on top, but that allows the clouds to be built underneath. And this also means when I do a flat color like this, I don't have to string into the freaking planes anymore. Thank the Lord. And then, yeah, they can start coming in over there. And then we start adding in a one. Something like that. Maybe something like that. I don't know why. I'm having it hard to transition the cloud's shadow into the light. Because if we just make it all light, I don't know, it feels like too much. But maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe that's all it is. I always feel like there's some rule and then I take a shot at it and then the rule is not a rule. Know the rule to break the rules? That kind of mentality, I guess. To know how to break the rules. That's the real mentality. Know the rules to know how to break the rules. Okay. Anyways. I think I'm done. We only got a little bit coming in from here. Only got a little bit coming in from here. We could put this here. I think that at least gives us the shape I'm looking for a lot of these. At least for us. I hate to say another starter thing, but everything's a starter. Nothing should be exactly final test right now. More than anything, I should be getting every element into this drawing that I possibly can, including those elements shadings, which is what these clouds are doing right now. What the fuck is going on with that dot? What are you doing? Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I do indeed like that. I think the edge of one of these is looking really bad, and if I was to think about it being any one of these, it would be this one. I don't know what's up with that edge. It's hard to do. I give it a little bit of shadow and it doesn't work. I make it all light and it doesn't work. Maybe a little bit of both, but that's harder said than done. It would never be done. It would just never be done. I'll let it go. Wait for when we come back and detail that out later, more, another time. All right, where we going? We got some clouds in there. We started the background out, right? It doesn't look like lines, which is better than nothing. But unfortunately, this is like the end of the stream. That's why I was like, we ain't got much time to get these clouds in here. Let's move it. I wish we could have got the planes. Yeah, I think that's the next thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start adjusting the planes, and that'll be it. Or at least for the start, and then I'll go back to the building. I'm probably gonna be doing this background all day, off stream. I'll check y'all later. I'll go get some food, handle some things. And we did some work. All right, see ya.